Hi and welcome to FX Bullsheet. In this tutorial, we'll be going over kind of the journal aspects of the platform. We're not going to touch on the backtesting side of things. We're just going to focus on the journal for now. The backtesting is in another tutorial which is down below this one. Okay, let's get straight into it. So first of all, thank you for being a part of FX Bullsheet, and we hope this platform does help you become a better trader. So the first thing you'll come to, obviously as you log in, is the dashboard panel. Now you'll be faced with a load of widgets. Now obviously there'll be no data because you've not traded, which is understandable. You'll get a little welcome message from your personalized report. And if you're ever confused as to what anything does, if you just hover over the little icon in the top right of each card, it'll kind of tell you everything that you need to know about that. So we've got total trade summary, win-loss stats, most profitable symbols, profit factor, trade analytics, your period data controller, and running net P&L. Your win rate as a graph or a pie chart, and then you got your monthly score graph. You have two charts available on your dashboard, an AI enhanced report as well. More on that later. And then you have your monthly calendar and your capital management. So before we start anything, what I would suggest you do is let's personalize the platform to you. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is go to profile. Now in profile, you will see your name and your email address. You can add location. Obviously, you don't need to, but it's just nice to have a little personality, I guess, in your platform. You've got an About Me section, a trading strategy, and a trading goals. Now, feel free to add whatever you want to these. These are just text input fields. You can add images. You can do whatever you want to do inside here. It's good if you put your trading strategy in and your goals. You can always keep reflecting, so you can come back to this at a time where maybe you want to reevaluate what your trading strategy was, or even see how far you've came and are you close to achieving your trading goals. You'll also find your subscription details. Your plan will look a little bit different. Obviously, this is a demo account for us, so we don't have any type of PayPal account management system. In here, you'll be able to cancel your PayPal membership directly if you wish. If you're a demo account, you can upgrade your account again if you wish, just one click of a button. You can also switch plans as well. That'll take you to PayPal's secure website, and you can do all the subscription management there as well. Okay, so first of all, let's add a little bit of personality. So the first thing you can do is let's choose a file to upload to have as a profile picture. So we'll go here with the demo. You'll open that up. It'll load your image. Now the key thing here is to click save. Every time you do anything on this page, we didn't want to go with a automatic save because obviously every time we automatically save, there's a potential that you save something you don't want. So it's a manual save process. So just click hit save. When you do that, you'll find in the top right, top left corner, your profile picture and your account name as well. And anytime you update these, I can just add on the extra O, it'll automatically update. Okay. It's quite good to just personalize and add anything in here that you want to do. Go with that. The next thing you want to do is go back to the dashboard. Okay, so now we've made it our own. It's our own platform, right? Next thing is to make a deposit. Now, the first deposit will be your capital. So let's say you're a funded trader and you have a $10,000 capital. You'll click enter deposit, select 10,000, enter. It'll come up with the date and time and obviously the value. And now your capital is set at 10,000. This is important because every time now we make a trade, we'll look at the drawdown against your capital. Every trade you make will affect this capital as well. It's the same withdrawals. So if you are a funded trader and you want to withdraw some capital, again, you can add that in and it reset it back to 100,000. Sorry, 10,000 in this example. So with that kind of done, let's add some data. So the next thing you can do is go to journal entry. I'll explain all the dashboard widgets in a second when there's data in there, because at the minute, obviously, with no data, it's kind of hard to show, what you'll see. So there's two ways currently you can upload trade data into FX Bullsheet. The first one is a manual input entry. This is brilliant if you want to really personalize the trade. So let's say you've got two monitors. You could have FX Bullsheet on one monitor and then your trading broker and your charts on the other one. Okay. We'll just do a closed trade for now, but you can do open trades. I'll go off this in a second. So tags. Tags are important. They could be your strategies. So let's say you're a breakout trader. So you will type in breakout, add new tag. It'll remember next time. You can just click that and it'll add it to the trade. So this strategy we know is tagged as breakout, and you can filter later on to search all the trades that you did in that strategy. Commissions. So again, if you're a funded trader, you'll have commission fees. It might be a share percentage. If you're not a funded broker, you might have just commission fees in general. Or obviously, some brokers have their commission fees tied into the spread already, so you kind of don't see them. So we're just going to go with fees off for now, but let's move ahead. Next thing, select your entry date. When did you enter the trade? So for example, we entered on the 9th, okay? And we'll pick a time of 9 o'clock. That's fine, okay? Then select the exit date. Very simple. We'll go with the same date, but we're going to go to 3 o'clock. But you can just obviously type that in if you wanted to change it. You don't have to go through the app selection. It's just a nice feature, I guess. Next, select your pair, your currency pair. For this example, we'll go for GBP USD. We'll go long. These just drop downs, lot size or dollar amount. So this is key. So most Forex brokers are going to be traded in lot size. However, there are some that obviously do trade in dollar value. If you switch the dollar, just put the dollar amount of shares. Same thing if you trade in like shares like Tesla or Google or whatever it is, probably in dollar value, not lots. So you're able to switch that between the two. We'll go for lot size in this example, and we'll go for a 1 lot size. Now we'll pick an entry. I don't know off the top of my head what it is currently, but we'll assume it's around that figure. Okay. We're then going to go for an exit value of say 250 pips, and then we'll set stop loss 300 pips below what our entry was. Okay. We will assume that we got very, very close to our take profit level. We didn't quite hit it, and there's a reason I'm going to do that, but I'll explain later. You can add any comments onto the trade. So for example, let's say you were doing a new strategy, you could tag it, but you could also comment that you're trying it out, or you could say news at 3 p.m. Therefore, that's why you sold early. That could be the reason why you sold. You could have had news at that time. Then see your trade confidence level. So was it high? Was it low or medium? Again, this is quite important later on for tracking and kind of understanding how your trade mentality affects the trades going forward. So for this one, we're going to say high. I know it's going to win because I'm setting it as an example. So we're going to set the trade confidence to high. The next thing, and this is quite key, you have opened, closed, missed, and cancelled. Now, the reason for that is if we set this as open, we can later go in and close the trade, or we can set it to missed or cancelled. So let's say you've set the chart up or set the trade up. This is what you want. It was an automated trade, but you didn't get tagged into it. You can cancel the trade. Let's say you set it up, hesitated, didn't enter the trade. You can then set it as missed. Now, this is vital because if you set the trade as missed, but you put the actual trade outcome, did it hit profit? Did it hit your stop loss? Put that in, and the reason is it will not go against your trades, but what it will do is document that you missed a positive trade or you missed a negative trade. Kind of good to mentality reasons. Are you hesitating, or actually is your risk management really good? But for this one, we're just gonna go with a open trade. Okay. Actually, sorry, we're gonna go for a closed trade because if we do an open trade, you want to get rid of the exit value, obviously, because you won't know what time you've exited and what the value was either. So we'll go for a closed trade. When you submit your trade, it will automatically work out your returns, the return percentage, what your targeted RR was, and your actual RR. Okay, works all out for you, and it'll tell you your tags as well. Again, as I mentioned before, you can start filtering by tags and whatnot. You can also filter by confidence. So have a look at your worst trades, have a look at your good trades. I'm just going to add one in for now. You'll see here it says no screenshot. Now what that means is if I click it and press edit, if I click it and press upload, I can upload a screenshot. So for example, just a demo screenshot, and I can upload that screenshot. It'll tell me it's uploaded successfully or it failed. Now I have a screenshot. Now obviously it's very small at the minute, but this is where we come in. If you click this trade, it'll expand the screenshot. You can see it full size, and you can see even more detail. So we held it for 5 hours. That was my stop loss. That was my take profit. That was my pips. Everything that you need there is displayed for you in one simple step. You can actually see this in another window in a second. I'll show you that again. But for now, if you upload your screenshots, it'll tell you everything more detail than what that initial table will show you. And again, you can always replay and say, right, that was the level I entered. Could I have made that entry level any better or not? Let's close this down. So if let's say you were doing the open trade, you could go in here and there would be a status and you can close it You can add the exit value, or you could change your stop loss. Whatever it was that you did, you can control in here. Okay, but for now we don't need to do anything. So the other thing you can do is this little cogwheel at the bottom right hand corner. Now I don't like light mode, I prefer dark, so you can just turn that on. You can also change the nav color. So if you want this white or you want it transparent, it's up to you. You can also change the colors. Okay, let's go with that theme for now. I prefer dark mode. You can also multiple select. Obviously, I have one trade in here. I will be adding more trades, but for now, let's go back to the dashboard. So the journal now has automatically entered some details for us. We can see the widgets, the charts, they've all updated. Okay, so we have one win. It was a $250 win. It's a 1-win streak at the minute. Obviously, we've only had one trade, so therefore GBP. We've not made a loss, so they're not applicable. Our profit factor is automatically set to the max, which is 5. And in this scenario, it basically means we've got an excellent performance. But obviously, because we've not lost yet, win rate 100%, and it tells you what you risked on average. So again, one trade, but we've only risked $100. Tells you to take profit accuracy. Obviously, we didn't hit take profit, so therefore it's 0. The return percentage was 0.2, and it tells you kind of what your average RR is that you're setting. Okay, not what you're achieving, but what you're setting. The reason this is important is because if your average RR is way higher than what you're actually achieving, you probably need to rein it back a little bit. Okay, tells you what your average trades per day are and week and hold time. Obviously, this is very, very limited because we've only got one trade in at the minute. Your graph here will show you a bar chart. Okay, and that's your daily profit. So you made $250, or you can click it, and it will, obviously with more data, it will draw a deviation graph as well. Very simple. You will also have a monthly calendar. Now, this monthly calendar will show you the trades you made. It will go green for obviously positive, red for negative, yellow for break even, purple for missed, no trades, but you made a diary entry. This diary entry will come in a second. You can set that, and you can kind of see how your calendar was looking. Now, if you were to click on this here, obviously it tells us how much we made and how many trades we made. Diary entry, obviously there's nothing in there, but if we click trade, we can now see that trade again from previous. So for quick analysis of multiple days, if you have multiple trades, it will tag it trade 1, trade 2, etc. And you can really see all of that. Now, the other thing obviously is the charts, and this shows you what your win rate is per month, what your profit factor is per month, your equity and loss, average holding time, and your risk management. Now, you want to really try to keep that risk between 1% and 2%, and this allows you to see how much you were risking based off your capital. That's why it's so important to add your capital in first, because if you don't, obviously this data is going to be skewed. Okay, so you really need to add that in first. You then have your trade diary as well. So as I mentioned before, we could add a trade diary. Now, we made the trade, I can't remember what day it was actually, so it was the 9th. So if I go to a diary entry for the 9th, okay, and I could do I don't know, first trade. Obviously you type a lot bigger of an entry. It will then save the trade. Now, if you go to the dashboard again and click this, you can now see that diary entry. Okay, or alternatively, you can click the accordion, drop down, go to the date, and you can see your trade there. You can also just load it by clicking here and going into it. Okay, you can also delete the entry as well if you didn't want it. Now, moving on, let's go and add a different way of adding all the trades in, which is a much quicker way. However, there is some afterthought required. Let's upload a CSV file. We click our example. Now, in this example, I've made a mistake on purpose, and I'll show you why. You need to map each field to what our system requires. So every broker has a different name for the same thing. For example, it might not say SL, it might say stop loss instead. Okay. If it comes up automatically, great, and it should do for most brokers. But if yours doesn't come up, for example, we're missing one here called swap. We don't have swap, so we just ignore that. But we do have price close. Obviously, that is our exit. So you want to click exit for price close, hit save map data, and it'll automatically upload every single trade that you need, or that's come from your CSV file directly from your broker in one click. Now, what you will see is it's NA for all the return percentages, and this is where a manual trade is a little bit better when you're doing it live, but obviously we understand that you do need to import mass data sometimes, especially if it's been a previous platform that you might have used. You can then click edit, and if you don't do anything at all, but you just want the extra figures, just press update and it'll automatically update for every single one that you do. Okay, dead easy. Couldn't be more simple. I will go ahead and do this for every single one now, just to make sure we've got all the data we need, and there's nothing missing, because it will not register. So like for return percentage average, it won't register if there's an NA. It'll just discount that entry. So annoyingly, we have to do this for every single one, but I'm not going to add a screenshot to everyone because I just can't be bothered. But obviously, as well, there's no confidence level. That doesn't matter too much in the grand scheme of things, but you want to be adding that in if you want to, and you can tag again. You can add this all in later on. It doesn't need to come with the CSV file, and it probably doesn't as well. This is why we import it, and then you need to go in and customize, the extra fields. But like I said, you can just do manual entry. Once you're up to date and you're running, it's super easy to have this on one screen and just do your trades. Like just copy them over, basically, enter them again, and then you can close them and miss them or cancel them, whatever you want to do. You can also obviously mass select and delete all the items, or you can just right click and delete. Now, let's say, for example, the returns has come through a little bit different than what your broker said. It's probably because they've got some hidden commission, okay? If that happens, click override returns, okay? It'll tell you can't undo it again, so be careful if you don't want to do this. Now, it's set as 900 there, 903, but I'm going to change this to 902. It will automatically update. Everything else will stay the same, but your returns will change depending on what you've actually set it to, okay? We go back to dashboard, and now we can see we've won 4 losses and 4 wins, which gives us a 50% win rate. Now, obviously, 50% win rate probably doesn't look great. You probably want to be hitting them 70%. However, with our trading strategy, actually, we've got a positive profit factor. And this is where the journaling really helps. We make an average trades of 4 a week, roughly 1.14 a day. So just over 1 a day. Sometimes we probably made 1 trade twice. Sorry, 2 trades in 1 day. It'll tell you your average loss on them trades, your average win, your max drawdown as well. So we hit a 1.97% drawdown. It'll give you your best session. So for us, trading London seems to be the best time that we should be trading. If we're finding that we're trading outside of that and we're losing, listen to this. It's telling you there's a reason, okay? It'll also tell you what your most profitable symbol is, what your biggest loss is. So for us, it seems like GBP, obviously this was demo data, but it seems there that GBP USD is probably the most volatile. We either make big or we lose big. Sorry, we either make money or lose money, okay? And the most profitable for us was Euro USD, okay? Now, you can change this. So let's see if I've got trade data for this week. I haven't, but let's say we did. You could change this week and it'll automatically update all the widgets based on that time frame. Again, this is great for looking at like a certain month. So we can pick December and it'll show us December. Again, all these are here. You can also click it and expand. If you add more data, it'll show you more. Obviously, we don't have that much data in the minute. And you click it again and you can see that deviation curve of how your cumulative profit and loss happened. So as you can see, we actually dipped below and into the red and then back up again into profit. Now, obviously you can click on any of these trades and it'll always tell you, again, 1 or 2 trades, it'll show you. And now our capital management has updated with how much we've made off the trades. So again, it's tied to this figure on top of the $10,000 capital. Your monthly performance summary is generated automatically every month. So this will be in January. It'll review all of December's data. Obviously, we're in December now, so it gives the AI a chance to review all your data. And the first day of every month, you'll get a brand new report. It'll tell you your metrics for your first report. Obviously, we won't have any previous data, so it'll just tell you kind of important things. It'll give you a good analysis rundown. The second month, we can start comparing between the two. What you'll then get is a monthly score. Now, this is tied into win rate, profit factor, how much you're making, how many trades you made, that kind of thing. Will generate a score, an FX Bullsheet score, and you can track that over the month. So if you're getting better, obviously your score's going to go up. If it's stagnating or if it's declining, and that's when you start looking at your trades. What am I doing differently? It could be you're trading outside of your best trade window. It could be that you change symbol. That's when you start analyzing. You've got all the data here, and it's super easy. Again, the charts, we can really see all these will be affected. Obviously, I've added it was 0.9% before, or 1%. Now it's gone up because of them automated trades. So now you're starting to approach that 2% risk. Okay, now you can start seeing, am I making more money when I risk more, or is it actually going against me and taking bigger gambles? So you got your trade diary, and then you got your trade optimizer as well. This the final thing we'll cover on this little tutorial, but trade optimizer, super helpful. So let's say you have that $10,000 capital and you want to work out lot size. Lot sizes can be quite difficult, especially for a new trader to kind of understand. So let's go ahead on the basis that someone doesn't really know how to manage their lot sizes correctly. So we're going to assume it's a buy position, and we're going to open up with a 1 lot size. We're then going to pick a symbol. I'm just going to pick Euro USD for this example, and we can pick the entry price. I don't know what it is, but I'm just going to assume it's something like that. Okay. You're then going to set your risk, and as soon as you do this, it'll automatically give you a stop loss and take profit value based on your RR target. So 2. So I want to risk 2%, and I want to target a 1 to 3. Now, if I want to target a 1 to 3, the problem is, it's going to automatically adjust your take profit based on that value. Okay, but let's say that you want to actually target a different stop loss value that you've got in your charts. You've set it up and actually you need it to change to a certain level. That's when you can start pulling back this stop loss, your lot size, and you can start adjusting that stop loss to hit the price that you want. That there is your entry price for going forward. So if we've got a 7.5, because I want it to get to, let's say 1.25, 100 is the stop loss value I would need. I can then start dialing this back until I get exactly where I want. So that's how easy it is. And then next time you put your trade on, you know exactly the lot size you need to enter to maintain that risk and that targeted RR level. So that's it for the journal inside of things. I will be covering more on the back testing in another video, and I'll go through all of them. Them 2 features are going to be absolutely brilliant, and I'll show you why in the next video. Thanks for watching.